Hi, so I'm sure you guys have been hearing this word pico laser. But what is it? What is it for? Now, here today I'm going to explain to you what is this pico and how it works. Basically, not pico first. We need to appreciate comparison with the olden laser. So, olden laser is called nano laser or Q-switch laser. Now, why do we look at speed? These two, nano and pico, is one of the highest speed laser that is available for skin treatment. Now, the treatment is to remove pigment. Now, our pigment is always either in epidermis or in dermis or even sometimes in between of the both. When we shoot laser, the laser beam will be penetrating through the skin and absorbed specifically by the chromophores, which is your melanin or your pigment in any location. Now, when it absorbs the energy, it will be shattered into smaller particles. Now, these smaller particles is then detected by the body, immune system, and then send immune cell through creating phagocytosis, which is taking it and to lymphatic drainage and out through the excretion of the body. That's how we clear the pigment. So the laser works to shatter pigment. Clearing of the pigment, it depends on our body clearance naturally. What is this comparison of nano and pico? The olden days, doctors rely on nano. Nano is a certain speed. Now pico is 1,000 times faster than the nano. So we were talking about speed just now, right? The higher the speed, the smaller the particles that is shattered into. The smaller the particles, the easier the body clearing out from the skin. As simple as that. That's the main idea. But what do we need to know other than this to know that we don't have a certain risk, right? Now, the higher the speed, the less heat dispersion to the skin. When the less heat dispersion to the skin, less side effects, less chances of drying the skin, lesser downtime, and even higher chances of the result effectivity. Why? Because there is lesser risk to worry about that we can do a higher energy with this high speed. Two main important points for laser to be effective: the laser energy, which is another word called peak power. Another one is the laser speed. You can see in this chart in comparison of Fotona PICO PQX. This is what we are using here in Clio Clinic. In comparison with all, Fotona PICO PQX has the highest peak power at 2.7 gigawatts. That's the strongest among all. You can see that. Another one is it has the shortest pulse duration. Now, what is this pulse duration? The shorter the pulse duration, the higher the speed of the laser shot. So, it has the strongest power and the fastest specific peak pulse duration, and that specific number is not within range of two different numbers. And combination of this will give you the best result with the least downtime. Now, aside from that, it can also cater to 5 different wavelengths. Now, each different wavelength is best to treat a different indication.
Hi everybody, I'm Elva and I'm currently a singer now, and today I come to Clio Clinic and I want to ask something about pico laser with doctor. Okay, so we just started? Okay. Doctor, I got a question, because I heard that pico laser is kind of famous recently.
Yes.
Right. And then I have a question why is it so famous recently? And then what's the difference between the pico laser now with the older with the old version of laser?
Okay, so pico laser is currently very famous because it is it's the highest speed laser.
I see.
Now, why is higher speed very important? Because to clear pigment, especially to clear pigment like freckles, melasma and all this, we need a higher speed so that the laser shatters the pigment to smaller particles and then our body can clear it out from our skin. Okay. So in the olden days, doctors rely on nano or Q-switch laser.
Yeah,
and
I heard that before, yeah.
Now there is a pico laser. Now pico laser is 1,000 times faster than nano. So it's much faster than the olden days. It's a newer technology.
So means the effect is more better, more good.
Yes.
So how about if I got the big pores on my face? Is it okay to clear it?
Yes. So pico laser it can do best is for pigment removal.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
But at the same time, as the laser penetrates through the skin, it disperses a bit of heat on the superficial layer.
Yeah.
Now this heat will stimulate collagen at the pores area, and the more collagen on your skin surface, the smaller your pores get. So it can fix pigment, pores reduction, and scar improvement, and it can also fix some acne problems.
Acne problem,
especially acne scar.
That's cool. Okay, so is this treatment pain? Is it painful?
Oh no. Okay,
not painful.
So it of course depends on the setting, and you know some people are much more sensitive and all that. But in a general average, Pico is much faster, so less heat dispersion, so it's much more comfortable than the key switch.
Oh, I see. Less heat means less pain.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So the closest I can figure is that you just feel a bit of small taps on your skin.
Okay.
Yeah. And most of the time, we might not need to use, we don't need to use numbing cream on the skin for Pico treatment.
Wow.
Although doctors still do use some
so it just depends on the patient.
On the patient.
Yeah, the patient.
Yeah.
Okay. So after I do this treatment, right, how long I can see the effects? Like.
Oh, that's a good question.
Right.
So, but now, as we understand, how Pico works is, it shatters the pigment to smaller particles.
Yeah.
The one clearing the pigment is our body.
I see.
Now, the skin develops one new skin layer every 28 days. So it's about like that time, then you can see the result of that one session of Pico laser treatment.
So around like 2-3 weeks?
3 weeks, yes.
Okay.
Correct.
And should I do like the second time, the third time?
Yes.
For a better effect?
Correct.
Oh.
So the more times you do, the smaller the particles or the lesser pigment that you have, lesser area to be treated as you go on. When we shoot laser on the skin for the pigment, a lot of people always talk about just the pigment that they can see. You know?
Yeah.
But
actually a lot inside that we can't see.
Yes.
Okay.
So and a lot of people, sometimes people say, why do I need to use sunblock? And they don't see any pigment on the skin.
Yeah.
Especially when we are younger. But as we age, our skin gets thinner.
Yeah.
Right? And at the same time, our newer skin is below, and the newer skin is below, and the older skin gets pushed up.
Yeah.
So slowly, as we age, we get to see more pigment, and suddenly people start to get shocked. Hey, I got a lot of pigment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is very common.
True.
Now, this is because lack of sunblock application in the earlier younger days. Now, when Pico does that, sometimes we don't only shoot the pigment that we can see. There's such treatment called toning.
Toning.
Right? So this toning is, we shoot the laser all over the face, at the same time makes the skin more even in color. Because sometimes we can see some different color
of skin,
shading like that. Yeah, it makes it more even.
Okay, I see. So, okay, if after I do this, how long can I make up?
Oh, you can make up right away.
Really?
Right
like after the treatment?
Yes.
That's good.
In fact, when we look at Pico, there's many Pico outside, but
because some laser, right, you need to like wait like few days only can make up, right?
Alright. So those kind of laser are, of course depends on setting and what kind of treatment. If we want to treat scar, we need stronger setting. Stronger setting, you might have longer downtime, redness and all that.
So is there downtime?
Yeah. Well, there is a chance of downtime.
Okay.
But this is what's important. The faster the laser speed, the less heat. Again, so less heat, less redness.
Yeah.
Less redness, less downtime.
So still need to depends on how serious is the the scars or the thing.
Yes. And if we are doing toning, you practically don't see much, except for you can see your pigment slightly getting less powerful, much more faded, and then you wear makeup and you can go meet up with friends right after.
I think I'm gonna do this Pico laser though. I heard it's like wow. Okay, so doctor, I'll ask a question.
Yeah.
The pricing there, is there any difference like between the old one and the Pico laser now?
Yeah, we do see, we can see outside some places Pico cheaper. Within hundreds. Yeah, but the thing is, one Pico machine can cost almost $1 million.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Yes. And it's not just the laser. Sometimes people think there is no consumables, right?
Can I ask where the machine came from?
particularly right now we are using Fotona PICO PQX.
Okay.
This machine is from Europe.
Wow.
And also, but it's produced in US.
US, okay.
Yeah, it's by the company Fotona.
Okay.
And this company, so we're a bit particular where this laser comes from because many people, there's many companies producing laser. So Fotona is one single company that has its own academy, and it has been doing laser technology for the past 60 years.
Whoa.
Yes, in the industry of medical, dental, optical communication, and even defense.
Wow.
So, we can really rely on their technology.